welcome back to my channel. This is a welcome to November chat and overview. But before I get into the giveaway, I want to get some things off my chest because I want to keep this channel as authentic as possible. And I think in the last couple months, my world has been rocked and I've kept a lot of it to myself. And I think in doing so, there's a part of me that felt really disconnected from my own social media. So I want to just get these two things off my chest. Number one is the career pivot. So last month I left my 9-to-5 job, and that has been a huge change in my life. And I wanted to talk a little bit about that because I think there's so many people that are currently going through changes in their lives that's making them reconsider, reevaluate what's important to them. And I just want you to know that A, that's totally normal, and B, if this is helpful for you, this is kind of why it happened for me. And retrospectively, I'm speaking about my job as a marketing manager at a bike company. So for me, what happened was that I confused similarity with compatibility, and I did not consider my core values in that process. So I loved bikes already, and I already owned a marketing agency. So when a job opening came up at this company for a marketing manager at a bike company, of course, I thought that was a perfect dream job for me. And it really was, except I was ignoring the blatant core values of who I am, which is the need for freedom. I think anybody who's an entrepreneur out there knows that you're an entrepreneur mostly because one, you're highly risk tolerant, and two, you have a high need for freedom and flexibility. So if you know these things about yourself, then it's probably going to be pretty difficult for you to slide into a cubicle for a 9-to-5. These are things I did not consider and I grossly overlooked because of my passion for bikes. I just thought, I love bikes, I'm already good at marketing, of course this all makes sense. And then what happened to me over the years is that I started to think that I was ungrateful. I was just thinking to myself, Sarah, this is your dream job. Why are you dragging your feet? Why are you not doing a better job? And it really just kind of made me feel like I was punching the clock and I was mentally checked out. And I just started to really doubt myself. And if you're in this position, then I really recommend you read this book called U-Turn by Ashley Stahl. That is a book that I came across, and it completely articulated everything that I was experiencing in a way that made sense to me, that helped me make a pivot instead of sit there and blame myself. This is where I noticed that, where I was like, okay, I see how I thought this job would be perfect for me because of my two passions. I'm passionate about marketing and I love bikes. This makes sense. But I overlooked such a big important category, which was the need for freedom. So if you're kind of currently in this position where you're kind of reevaluating what is important for you or what aligns with you in terms of what you're doing for work, I highly recommend checking out this book called U-Turn. Now, the second part is that I wanted to kind of come clean about the whole lupus situation. I feel like in the last few months, I've posted things here on my best of days and wanted to really hide from you guys my worst of days. And I want to just kind of bring that to light because I think as somebody who's a former perfectionist, there was a big part of me that didn't want to bring anybody down with my struggles. And I also didn't want to put myself in a position that felt vulnerable, sharing the struggles, the real struggles, that day-to-day struggles that I was really going through. I was really struggling and am still struggling from debilitating anxiety. I think anytime you're, diagnosed with something like this and you're suddenly experiencing a lot of negative changes in your body, it's normal to have, pretty high levels of anxiety. And I think for me not to address that and to try to glaze over and be like, okay, I'm powering through, it's not necessarily what I want to, really get across. There are many days that I struggled really with depression, and it really made me pull away from my social media because my social media up until now has been all about competing, grinding, being positive, all of that. And suddenly I felt so disconnected because I was not that person anymore. And I want to just relay that to you guys so that this always feels like a place where I can go to create something authentic, and also I can connect with you on an authentic level, because things aren't always all like unicorns and rainbows, especially when you're sick. And this was a time that I really struggled with depression. I fell off of my health train. There was a weekend where I went nuts, where I was like, you know what? Damned if I do and damned if I don't. Like, I could eat healthy all day and work out and I still got sick. So why don't I just go out and drink and have, just like party like it's 1999. I have had all of those moments. So I just wanted to be a little more real with you. Like, things are hard. And these are the things that actually really triggered me to take that career pivot. So like, if you're wondering like, wow, she went through a lot of changes in the last couple months, those things, knowing that life is, finite, you're not going to be here forever. It really forced me to reprioritize what was important to me. And that started the real thought of, okay, I need to make this career pivot so that I can prioritize what's important to me, even at the risk of, people saying like, wait, but that was your dream job and it makes total sense that you were there. No, you got to do what's right for you. And I think some of those things I wanted to share in case you're in a position where you don't necessarily have such a big trigger like lupus to make you reconsider, but just a small inkling. If you are dissatisfied with your life, like, it's totally okay to start looking for solutions. So those are the things I wanted to get off my chest. Now to the fun part. I really am grateful for all of the support that I have received during this time through you guys and all of the close people in my life that really just encouraged me to keep taking one step in front of the other. And I feel like I'm slowly getting my life back, and I want to share that with you guys. So this month, we're going to be doing something called the Gratitude Challenge, and it is going to be sponsored by one of my favorite companies, Also Organics. They also sponsored a giveaway I did 2 years ago, and I'm so grateful to be able to bring it to you guys again. Now this one's going to be a super fun one because you're going to really get to participate. So the premise of this is that every day in the month of November leading up to Thanksgiving, you're going to join me on the gratitude thread, and you're going to drop in one thing you're grateful for every day of the month. The person who can do it the most consecutive days, so 25 days, will be the winner. If there's multiple people who did 25 days, then we'll have to do some kind of random drawing. And if there's nobody who made 25 days, then we'll pick the person who made the most number of days. Maybe it was 23 consecutive days of gratitude. But meet us over there, drop what you're grateful for, and not only will this give you a chance to win $1,300 worth of super primo organic CBD product, but this will help you build the habit of gratitude. And honestly, that is what got me out of that dark hole into here, where I could sit here and collaborate with brands and make content again, and just come from a place of being able to be happy and honest and tell you what's going on in my life. So that's the Gratitude Challenge. You can find the post, or you can find the post on my feed, and there will be more instructions there. So just go on over there and then click on my bio link. And then finally, for my Miami fam, I want to let you know that I will be joining or speaking at the Creatives for Creatives networking event on November 17th. This is going to be about behavior modification. If you are one of those people that like constantly sign up for programs, whether it's a diet, a fitness program, or even the Gratitude Challenge, and you find yourself starting and stopping, this is going to be a good topic for you, because I think a lot of us do this where we start, stop, and we don't know why we do it or what causes us to do it. So I'm going to talk about the stages of change and how ambivalence really impacts our ability to stick to our goals. I want to break it down for you into a step-by-step repeatable process so that you don't miss any more of your personal milestones. This can be whether it's your fitness goals or whether you're trying to build a habit to do something like having gratitude or journaling or waking up early. It really doesn't matter. Once you understand the stages of change and the impact that ambivalence has and why it's this like sneaky little sabotaging thing that's in your life, and how to detect it, how to root it out of your life. And I want you to pinpoint where your experiences trigger behaviors, and when you can really break that down, you'll be able to stop or start anything in your life. And that's something that I'm really excited to bring to you, and that is going to be November 17th. That is a Wednesday, and that is going to be in Coral Gables. There will be a link in my bio for that as well. So welcome to November, guys. Thank you so much for being on my channel.